What is up, Carnage Clan? It is Carnage Reef bringing you guys a pretty insane DNA Bomb gameplay here today. This is a triple DNA Bomb by Carnage Buffalo. You guys can go check him out. He'll be linked down below. And if you do enjoy the commentary, you can go check out my channel as well. So this is a pretty insane gameplay. And you guys will see at the very end how he's able to pick up this triple DNA Bomb. He had the first two in his pocket, and it was kind of crunch time. And at the very end, he was able to pick that up. So I didn't want to spoil it too much, but it is pretty crazy how close the game was to ending. So what I thought to talk about, first of all, the triple DNA Bomb was something that I was really expecting to get done really quickly, and I think Buffalo actually has probably 10 of them at this point. So there's tons of DNA Bombs, triple DNA Bombs on YouTube, and I think triple DNA Bombs are still really impressive, even though there's a lot on YouTube. I still am really impressed by seeing triple DNA Bombs, especially solo. So go check out Carnage Buffalo. He'll be linked down below. He's an absolutely crazy player. Probably has the best gameplays on Carnage, probably the best gameplays on YouTube. Now, I thought I would talk about the ASM-1, because the ASM-1, I know a lot of you probably still think the BAL is the best gun in the game, but I'm almost certain that the ASM-1 is the best gun in the game, and I almost think that they over-buffed this gun. So I started to reminisce, I started thinking about other CODs, I started thinking about the best SMGs in other CODs, and I think the ASM-1 might be one of the best SMGs in any COD, period. Now, the ASM-1, before they actually ended up buffing this gun, I thought it was a really good gun. I thought it was probably one of the better SMGs. I still thought the KF5 was a little bit better, and then the MP11 was pretty much on the same level as the ASM-1 then. But now they've actually buffed it so that the ASM-1 is by far the best gun in the game, by far the best SMG. The MP11 is probably number 2, and then KF5 number 3 or something like that. But I still think that the ASM-1 overall is probably the top 3 SMGs in any COD. Now the reason why I say that is because if you compare it to any other SMG or any other gun in the game, the ASM-1 is by far and away one of the best guns, if not the best gun. In other CODs, specifically Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3, I'm thinking about the P90, the MP7, UMP, they're all really good SMGs. You know, Ghost, they had the MTAR, they had the Vector, they had a bunch of good SMGs, but none that were insanely good, because there's always ones that compared to it. Now, Advanced Warfare, I have to say the MP11 and the ASM-1 don't really have much competition. The ASM-1 is by far the best SMG. There's not really any other SMG that you really need to use. And no matter how bad you thought Ghost was, the one thing that Ghost did right was that the weapon balance was pretty good. Of course, you had the Honey Badger and the AK-12, MTAR, Vector, they're all the best guns in the game, but at the same time, you could pretty much use any of the guns really effectively, and I think the ASM-1 is by far the best SMG. There's really no other SMGs that are that good, and it's kind of a bad thing in my opinion. I feel like the ASM-1 being this good kind of makes it a one-weapon game. It was a one-weapon game before with the BAL, but now it's more like a two-weapon game. You have the BAL and the ASM-1. There's really nothing else that's entirely insanely good in this game, but that is just the way it works, and that's the way a lot of Call of Duties have worked. There's always going to be a dominant gun, and in this game, I have to say it's the SM-1. Now, the BAL-27, of course with that nerf, I just don't think the BAL-27 can even compare to the SM-1 now. I feel like the SM-1 has crazy range compared to before. What they actually did with the buff on the SM-1, they made the SM-1 have triple the 3-hit kill range. So, essentially, they made the gun triple as good, because you're going to be getting in gunfights medium to long range, and you're going to be able to melt them, because you're going to be getting 3-shot kills. That's something that's really effective. That's something that's really good for a submachine gun. Usually you only see stuff like that from assault rifles. So they pretty much made the ASM-1 insanely good. I don't think there's really much balance to it. It's kind of the only time I've ever seen something like this happen to a gun. I can't really think of any other Call of Duty, so let me know in the comments down below if you guys have ever seen this before, where they've made a gun that was okay before, maybe not the best gun in the world, but they actually ended up buffing it to make it the best gun in the game. I don't think I've ever seen that from any Call of Duty, and it's kind of like a head-scratcher. I'm not too sure why they did it with this game, but still, I am having a lot of fun on Advanced Warfare. It's just there's some move like that I don't really understand. So I thought I would talk really quickly about the SM-1, how good it is. But another topic that actually came up, and something I actually made a video about, is Advanced Warfare. A lot of the people who do play Advanced Warfare, who are YouTubers, like to do stuff called reverse boosting. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what that is. And essentially, you'd kill yourself, or you buy an account with really bad stats, and then you'd end up getting, you know, really newbie players, so you could drop gameplays really easily. But one of the things that Michael Condrey actually tweeted out that I thought was really interesting was that he wanted to ban people for reverse boosting. Now, I feel like you have to kind of look at the core issue here. This is another head scratcher, is that, like, if you really think that reverse boosting is something that's really bad, the way you limit reverse boosting and the way you actually take it out of the game is by fixing the core issue. The core issue with Advanced Warfare is the skill-based matchmaking. The core issue is not the reverse boosting. No one would have any reason to reverse boost if there wasn't skill-based matchmaking. And I understand from their perspective, you know, why don't people want to play against people their skill? Why do people just always have to have the idea that they want to go into a match and just absolutely destroy? It's just that is the fun about Call of Duty. It's always random. You're always going to have different lobbies. Some lobbies are going to be really good, have really fun, different people using different guns. And then there's going to be lobbies that are, of course, full with tryhards, you know, full clans, whatever it may be, using the same gun, the BAL-27, the SM-1. that's just something that's always been really cool about Call of Duty, so that's always something that's changing. And the way that skill-based matchmaking is kind of limited that is that you pretty much know what's going to go on. You pretty much know if you're a good player, you have a certain set of stats, you're pretty much going to be playing against the same group of players all the time, and that's really not a whole lot of fun. I really think that you don't always want new players, but you also don't always want tryhards. You kind of want just a mix, and you want the connection to actually, or you want the game to be based on connection only. You don't really want to be fighting matches based on just skill. So I feel like the skill-based matchmaking just limits the game in that way. Of course, there's people who are defending, reverse boosting and stuff by saying that skill-based matchmaking, they want to play against noobs. That's something I said at the very start as well. I said I wanted to play against noobs only, basically, but that's not really the case. The case is that I want to play based 100% on connection, get the best connection for myself, and then I'll just have a lot of fun because it doesn't really matter what else happens, I'll have a really good connection. Now, I feel like skill-based matchmaking might work a little bit better if they did have dedicated servers. It's just the fact that to find people that are the same skill level as you, they're not always going to be located right next to you, so you're pretty much basically all the skill base, all the matchmaking based on your skill, and that just doesn't work out too well if you don't have dedicated servers, and you're going to be connecting to a lot of people from across the country, so your connection will suffer. Now that's something that was another head scratcher in Advanced Warfare, is skill-based matchmaking, but other than that, the game has been a lot of fun. I just don't really understand the ASM1 buff. I do like having an SMG that's this good, but I just feel like you don't really have to buff a gun to make it that good. I've never seen a buff that crazy before, where it just turned a gun from being, pretty good to insanely good. So definitely let me know in the comments down below if you guys ever seen that before in Call of Duty, where they actually took a gun and they made it before the patch, they made it from being really bad or being just mediocre to being really good. I don't think I can ever remember anything that happened like that. I know that the Vector and the MTAR definitely did get a buff during Ghost, but I think they were already pretty good beforehand. They just made them a lot better. So that is the gameplay, guys. Make sure you guys are subscribed to Carnage Clan and following us on Instagram and Twitter. It's going to be the best way to keep up to date with our newest gameplays and videos and commentaries and all that stuff. And make sure you guys are subscribed to Carnage Buffalo. He'll be linked down below, I'm sure, at the top of the description. If you want to come check out my channel as well, I'm the commentator for today's video. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Clutch triple DNA bomb. You guys will see it's crunch time right now, and he's actually able to come in here and pick up the last DNA bomb near the very end. Insanely clutch triple DNA bomb. So that is the gameplay, guys. He's on his unstoppable right here, and I think he ends up ending the game with a bang. So that is it. Hopefully you did enjoy. Go check out our channels, and peace out.